Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And today is like the 12th of October, and 2021, of course. And the reason we're looking towards the Garden of Eden is because I was down there earlier today, after I started cleaning up. I stood the barbecue back up and tried to straighten it out as best I could because it got a little bent when it flew over in the wind. Got my chairs back in place, picked up some of the cardboard that flew across there when I just finished burning a bunch of it, turning it into ash. And yeah, I had stuff all over the place. So it was chase and trace, trying to find all the stuff that blew around. So anyway, let me get down to business here. We're going to go over here to the garden house, or the greenhouse, I should say, because I walked around too much today. I probably put on about 6 miles chasing trash and picking things up. And anyway, that panel up there got destroyed. It was only bent yesterday when I showed it to you in the video, but it broke off altogether. So I'll probably get a piece of that FRP and put a piece in there. Because what I've decided to do in this greenhouse this year is first thing I'm going to do is get all of my fruit trees into here. I want all these fruit trees. I'll be taking out the extra tables and stands here. I'm going to move that one just up against the wall there, because I don't want to put the fruit trees too close to the walls of the greenhouse, because I want the heat to be on the trees. I don't want them to get too cold on one side and warm on the other side. So I'm going to set 2 rows of trees down the center here where these tables are right here. I had a mess to clean up in here. Everything was gone. Everything was flipped over and stuff. This shelf, that pipe right there is holding the shelf up right now. Bent the legs on the bottom of it. It was getting ready to fall over. So yeah, I still got work to do out here, but I'm going to get this thing set up and ready so that it's going to be just to get my fruit trees that can't handle the winter into here. Now those 2 barrels have water in them, and I put them there to hold that back wall in place. I don't know, I might move them over against this wall where the main winds come from and see if that is a better place for them, and then that gives me more room down the center here. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, a lot of this shelving I'll just break down and put in storage, because I don't need all that shelving in here if I'm just going to basically use it for my trees. Now, once I get my trees situated in here, I may use a shelf or 2 like that one right there for seed starting, or maybe growing some small springtime plants like cilantro and things like that. I can grow those inside the greenhouse where the cold out here would just kill them. So yeah, these 2 apple trees, the multi-apple trees, those will go in there. And that tangelo tree right there, so that was started from seed. And of course, that's all catnip in the side right there. I'll clean that up and prune a bunch of it out. And then I want to bring in this tangelo tree and that lemon tree, and I think that's about, oh no, I got to bring in my cherry tree, my other peach tree, and this fig tree, and that peach tree over there. The avocado tree over there didn't make it. It froze through the winter, and it burnt through the summer. So I'll get a new avocado tree going, and we'll see what I can do about preserving it for the next year. My shade trees are doing really well. They're really liking it. They've got roots down into the ground now. So I'll be cleaning up the garden. I got plenty of peppers. I was noticing today there's a whole bunch of peppers and flowers on all of my pepper plants, so they're liking the cooler weather. But it got down to 39 degrees last night, and it's going to get down lower than that tonight. So I've already got things ready for the heater inside, because this morning when I woke up, it was 39 outside. It was still 60 inside, and I didn't have the heater running. But, 60 is not that cold for sleeping. But it's really not good when you're airing out your birthday suit. I mean, it gets a little cold on the birthday suit. So, yeah, I've got the heater ready to go for tonight, so I won't have to worry about that tomorrow. And I came in here earlier and I soaked everything down because everything was really dried from all those winds that were blowing. You can see the leaves on the grapevine there are just all dried and shriveled from that heat. The ones on this one are doing well. It actually looks like it's still growing, and it shouldn't be, but it looks like it's got new growth on it. And I'll be plucking all those leaves off by hand soon. And somebody asked me what I did with them. Well, out here in the desert, nitrogen for a compost is hard to find. I mean, some years we get some grass growing out here and things like that. But the grass out here is, it's basically a giant seed. And if you put that in with your compost, that grass will end up growing in your garden everywhere like a weed. And it's just not good. So what I do is I take these green leaves off and I put those in with the compost to add the nitrogen that's necessary. And of course, I also get nitrogen from the chicken poop. But compost is important. You can see this year alone, the garden has dropped about 2 inches in most places. The lower places like that is because the wind blows, goes over that wood and scoops it out of there. That tangerine tree, that's a that's a mandarin tangerine. I'm going to be building a box to go over it, and I've got some plexiglass that I'll put on the sun side so that it can warm up the water bottles that are in there during the day, and then help keep it somewhat warm through the night. Because last year that thing took a bad hit and I didn't think it was going to survive, but as you can see, there's green growth on it, so it made it through. But anyway, that's where we're at out here. I wanted to get through that and let you know that that's what's happening over here. So that's going to be my project. That's going to be a very important project. Oh, there it is. I've been looking for that guy. You see that spring clip right down there? That's one of the spring clips that holds that panel in. That's the only one I didn't find. I got all the others right there on top of the barrel. So I'll grab that one and put it away. And I also got to get that nail up out of there. I don't know how that got in here, but that's a definite foot owie if you step on it. But I'm not going to do that while I'm videoing. I just wanted to come down and show you that stuff. All right. And my sinuses are acting up because the smell coming off of that grow house over there is horrendous. And I went down to the end of my road today to check my signs, and I could barely breathe down there. And that stuff, I swear I'm allergic to it because it is really irritating my sinuses, my eyes. Just can't stand it, and I sneeze. I get too much of it and I just start sneezing uncontrollably. So anyway, I did put that chicken sign on the door. Thanks to Randy and Janet for that. Somebody said something that made sense. That's careful where you put it, because if it's out on the edge of the property, somebody can just drive by and steal it or shoot some holes through it. So anyway, here's Mama and the little ones, as you can see. And they're growing up pretty good. They're about the size of I would say a big quail now. But two of those are hens, and one of them's a rooster. And I think the rooster is the back guy over there who just stays on his own. Although this is the one right there, the furthest one from us right now, that has the biggest crown on top. So we'll see. I see that water is leaking too, so it's got dirt in the nipples. I'll have to clean that, get that going. And we'll come over here and say hi to the others. As you can see, when the corn was cheap, I gave them a treat of corn on the cob. And I've got another one in the refrigerator that I forgot about, and it's gone too old, so that'll go in here for a treat too. But here's the group. They all come over to see me when I come over this way because they think I'm bringing them treats. But they're all looking good. The other girls grew their feathers back that Blackie the rooster had torn off of them. And looks like they're all ready for the winter. And they're still, this is Nellie right here. The others are the new girls, 2, 4, 5. So it looks like there's 2 hens still inside and sitting on eggs. But it's getting too cold for that now. So I'll just let them sit on the eggs a little while longer and see what happens. But I know they're probably not going to hatch anything with it getting down in the 30s at night. They can try to keep them warm, but that's awful cold. I know, because I found out this morning when I got out of bed. But tonight, I made sure that my bed is ready. I put an extra sheet on, and I put an extra comforter on top of the bed so that I've got plenty of warmth there. And I've got the heater ready to go. So time to do that. Of course, one other thing before I close off here, I did note that the price of propane jumped up about 50 cents a gallon, and just before winter, of course. And you know who I could thank for that? Well, I'm not going to say thanks to him for anything, but anyway, that's something I'm going to have to deal with. And I've got 200 gallons or 200 pounds that I need to fill up, which is 50 gallons. I'm telling you, that odor just gets me going. It's an allergy. Something got to be done. Anyway, everybody, thanks for joining me. Don't forget thumbs up. Don't forget subscribe and share. This is G Bear thanking you and signing off.